Not gonna lie to you, I'm getting excited. 2K drops on Friday. We're finally in the week of the game actually dropping. A bunch of news has been leaked and been shown. They showed the rec center, they showed the My Player Builder. So there's a lot to be excited for. As I said in the last 2K video, it feels like this year there's gonna be a bigger emphasis on attribute rating compared to badges. It feels like the game is finally saying, when you build your player, if you construct your player to be proficient in attributes in a specific category, you are going to shine in that category more than someone else who might just have average everywhere else but qualifies for many different badges. And I like that. It takes too much time to make your player through the builder, to get your badges, to do X, Y, and Z, to basically have success in the game of 2K. So doing it this way makes things a lot easier, and I'm actually happy that a system like this is in place. Also, the fact that you can make your player and off the rip, your badges start off on bronze is very, very good. It's going to make it very fun to play at the beginning. The grind isn't going to feel as grindy as previous 2Ks, which I think will make the game last a lot longer, by the way. Because now making easier builds, especially on Rebirth, where once you make a Rebirth build, you're going to have silver badges for every badge off the rip. It's just a great way to make the game easier to play. And from a business perspective, it'll incentivize people more to want to make more builds if making a build in general is easier than before. But as we all know, this sounds great. We've been here before with 2K where they show some things about the game, then the game drops and it's not the same as it was marketed, or it's really good and then they patch the game and they make it worse and the game winds up not being as good for the rest of the year. What's going to happen this year? That is the question. Me personally, I don't know, of course, just like you guys don't know. But the excitement behind the game is absolutely there. For me personally, as a rec player, where all I do is boot up 2K and I go into the rec or the pro-am, but primarily the rec because I don't really have a squad like that. I love the changes that they've made so far to the game. The rec center looks a bit more lively. It's not the same red and black every year, even though I don't care too much for that. I like that they are trying to look at certain game modes and make them a lot better. And they still haven't dropped all the news about what's in the game just yet. They're going to keep on rolling out news as we get closer and closer to that deadline. As far as the build I'm going to be going with this year, I don't exactly know, but based on what I know about 2K, I feel like this year I'm really going to put a strong emphasis on strength in whatever build that I make. Strength specifically is something I have been praying for 2K to care about. It doesn't make much sense that you're in a video game and defenders can have a very low strength and still be very prominent defenders. When, if you think about basketball, most great NBA defenders are guys that get up under you, play strong defense, and really impact matchups all over the court with, sure, their length, but their athleticism in terms of being able to get from a spot to spot, having a good enough lateral quickness, but having the strength to bump you or nudge you off of your spots and make the game uncomfortable for you. Many years in 2K, you could get away with having a 30 strength, a 40 strength. People had builds that didn't care about strength at all, and they would be just fine. They wouldn't get bullied enough for my liking, and they would be able to skate by on offense and defense, when I feel like strength should matter on both sides of the basketball. So them making strength a factor this year to unlock badges, to be qualifying for other attribute ratings in other places, I like that a lot. I'm stuck in between two types of builds. Right now, I really want to bring back my post-scoring shot creator from 2K19, which I had so much fun playing. That build could do everything. I could basically dunk. I could shoot the 3-ball well, but more importantly, I can get in that post and bully my matchups, probably 6'6". Just having like a strong, taller type of body, but I can also be fast and get to wherever I need to get to. It's really going to be dependent on when I get my hands on that builder, what I want to make, because the other build that I want to make emphasizes a big part of the game that I've also been asking for: off-ball shooting. That's right. For many, many years with 2K, I have been praying that they can also implement a system where players are rewarded for moving off of the basketball. And I've asked for it because off-ball shooting is a big part of the NBA. Guys like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, even Malik Monk, like just random great NBA shooters get rewarded for moving off the ball and finding open shots on the court based on where they're moving. And when you have guys moving off the ball like that, it really bends defenses and creates such havoc on the offensive end. So the fact that 2K has a badge that is emphasizing you get a boost when you run to a spot on the floor, or making it easier for you to get to a spot by, sure, causing one adrenaline, but giving you a boost in the process. If you really get meta with it in terms of creating a roster around off-ball shooters with this badge who have a bunch of speed and strength to get to their spots, you can really create a motion type of offense, which changes the different type of play styles you can see in this game, to where it's not just high pick and roll, 5-out sets. No, like you can actually have a much more involved motion type of offense, which I think would make the game super duper fun. Because whenever you add different styles of play to 2K, you expand the player base of people playing it. I get so sick and tired of people just spamming the same build, the left-right cheese, the pure lockdown stuff, but they're still greening from half court. Making the game more balanced by making the attribute gates harder to reach, and specifically making a bunch of the shooting badges to where if you want to get gold to Hall of Fame, you got to be an elite shooter. That 75 to 82, 83 range is not enough. You got to be in the high 80s or high 90s. I think that is a great way to bring balance to 2K. But as I said earlier, this is 2K. We cannot just go into this game expecting it to be this great game. But I will say this, the fact that they are focusing more on the next gen version, which by the way, I hate this, because in the 2K community, they're still calling current gen next gen. In my opinion, PS5 and the new Series X for Xbox, those are current gen consoles. It's been over a decade since I've touched a PS3 or a Xbox 360, so they really got to stop with all this. Like they have to stop with it. It just doesn't make any much sense to me. This is current gen, but that's a sidebar. The point I'm trying to make here is they specifically have not talked about current gen like that, which to me shows that they're putting a lot of their emphasis and passion on the next gen part of the game, which I think is good, because I think at this point, maximizing your best version of 2K should be what matters. In my opinion, if you don't have a PS5 or a Xbox Series X at this point, I don't understand what you're doing, especially when you're trying to play games in 2023. Why are you still trying to struggle with old gen hardware that has been there for many, many, many years? It doesn't make much sense to me. So overall, I am excited for this 2K. I do believe it looks good. Again, they're emphasizing the inner workings of the game that I think matter the most, having strength be a factor, seeing the bully animations for guys that have strength compared to those who don't, valuing the in-between game more. It seems that mid-range is going to be a viable option for a lot of builds, and also just having it to where you can run off the ball and get to open shots from three. I just have so many ways I want to play, and 2K seems to be providing that for me this year. But a lot of my career is going to tell me exactly what this game is like. They claim that it's about basketball this year, so the optional side quests hopefully remain optional. Hopefully my career can run exactly the way that I want it to run, because if so, I'm going to be in there grinding. Because a lot of people, they just pull up, put money on their build, and just play online, and I don't want to do that. I would much rather spend my own time in the lab working on my players, so when I come out I can be as ready and prepared as possible. But I'm for sure buying this game. It's up. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I probably will have an animation right here showing me purchasing the game. But before I do that, let me know your thoughts on NBA 2K. If you're buying it this Friday, if you're going to take place in it, and what you think about the changes they've made to the game. I'm excited, but obviously we got to see what happens this Friday. But I'll catch you guys in the next 2K upload. Appreciate all the support that I've been getting on the channel. Again, this is not really a gaming channel like that, but for NBA 2K, I'm going to make an exception because it's basketball and I like basketball. So expect to see a lot of streams about this game. Maybe lesser on the video side. More than anything, I might finally use the second channel that I have to do more of those types of things. But we'll see. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, people. Have a good one.